Ever felt like the world of finance is speaking a completely different language? Well, you might actually be onto something. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating paper by Shahid and Ambreen Sultan called Bounding the Boundless. They argue that a huge reason finance can be so confusing is that we're all using the wrong words. We're going to zoom in on one key part of their argument, the section called What is Exchange?
So here's our game plan to get to the bottom of this. First, we'll look at the problem itself, the words we use. Then we'll unpack two very different ideas, lending as an act of kindness and commercial exchange as, business. After that, we'll put it all together and compare these concepts to modern banking. And finally, we'll see why getting these definitions right isn't just for academics. It has a real impact.
All right, so the central idea of this paper is actually pretty simple, but it's also incredibly powerful. The authors say that one of the biggest roadblocks to really understanding finance isn't the crazy math or the complex charts. Nope, it's the everyday words we use. We're using the wrong language, and it's causing a ton of confusion.
I mean, think about it. We toss these words around all the time, right? Loan, credit, sale, we kind of use them like they all mean the same thing. But what if they don't? What if they represent completely different actions with totally different rules and goals? The paper says that's exactly where the trouble starts.
Okay, so let's start pulling these terms apart. The first major distinction the paper makes is to pull lending completely out of the world of business. This is a really crucial first step in their whole argument.
Now pay close attention here. According to this way of thinking, real lending is about a tangible asset. We're talking something you can actually touch and hold, like a hammer or a bag of rice. It's for someone to use for a little while, and it's not about creating new money out of thin air.
And this just builds on that point. Lending is put squarely into the social category. It's an act of generosity. It's how you help out your neighbor. It's not supposed to be a business deal, and it shouldn't put the person lending in a tough spot financially. It's all about community support, not about profit.
So if lending is all about helping people out, what happens when profit becomes the main goal? Well, the paper argues it's not lending anymore. It turns into something totally different, a commercial exchange.
And this slide just hits the nail on the head. It's not really about what is being exchanged, it's all about the why. Is your intention to help somebody out for a bit, or is it to make money? That one simple question, that intention, changes the entire game. And get this isn't some new idea. The paper points to this quote from the famous scholar Imam al-Ghazali from over 900 years ago. So there's a really long history of drawing a sharp line between a generous loan and a deal that's designed to make a profit just from waiting.
Okay, so we've got lending over here as an act of kindness, and commercial exchange over there as a business deal. But where does that leave the way most of us deal with money? Through banks. Let's bring bank credit into the picture and see how it stacks up.
This table is fantastic because it just lays everything out so clearly. Just look at the differences. Bank credit, it's intangible, and its purpose is pure profit. Lending, it's tangible, and its purpose is benevolence, helping people. And a commercial exchange, it's tangible, but just like bank credit, the purpose is making money. See? Three totally different animals.
So you might be thinking, okay, that's a lot of focus on definitions, but why does it actually matter? Well, it's because once you know exactly what kind of transaction you're looking at, you can also figure out who the players are and what their real responsibilities are.
This isn't just about being picky with words. It clarifies the entire relationship. A banker and an obligor, that's a very different power dynamic than a lender and a borrower. And that's different again from a seller and a debtor. The words we use actually define the relationship. And that's the bottom line. If we want to cut through the confusion in finance, the paper argues that we have to start by using the right words. It's that simple. When our language is precise, our thinking becomes precise too.
This leaves us with a really powerful thought to chew on. The research here suggests that our sloppy language has created this thick fog around finance. It really makes you wonder, if we started talking about these transactions with the kind of clarity these authors are pushing for, what parts of our financial world would we suddenly start to see in a completely new light?